What is going on, everybody? Circa and Survivor Show for week 8, Rob. We are almost halfway through the season, a little bit below halfway through the year. Pretty crazy, right?
It's absolutely wild. And we were just talking about our record. Like, I think we need like Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier to help us make these picks.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't want Terry Rozier near any of my fantasy selections over the next couple weeks, Rob.
Tyler Beaker has joined us as well. What's up?
What's up, Tyler?
What's going on? Not sure if I'm frozen or not. My computer just froze as soon as I jumped to go live, so I don't know if this is working or not.
You're all not. We're just figuring it out.
You're not frozen, but are you in any betting scandals, Tyler?
None that I would like to reveal on the show.
Okay, good. All right. So we are into week 8 of the NFL season. Circa and Survivor. We're going to go through each game, review it, and talk about our staff's consensus picks and come to some resolution at the end. We also do Survivor, even though we're grumpy and are no longer grinding out that Circa contest, which has gone pretty haywire. I mean, that Broncos game last week was pretty wild if you survived that. So shout out to you guys. Quickly, guys, before we get into this week or these set of games on Sunday, Vikings Chargers 3-point favorites, but man, that game was over pretty quick, Rob.
It's one of the rare times that I actually felt bad for some dude playing NFL quarterback, but I genuinely felt bad for Wentz last night. I'm like, this guy, he's old, he's injured, he's obviously in excruciating pain that we keep zooming in on. Like, just, it was not good.
The producer's like, all right, you got get his face, pan in. Get him.
And meanwhile, Wentz is just like, oh, God.
I thought we were in for an actually entertaining game. Misread that one by a mile. I thought the Vikings would have shown up, but no, we just saw a constantly pressured Wentz succumb into that pressure, getting beat up, and them not countering. They didn't have any quick passes. There were like 0 slants, 0 bubble screens, nothing to get rid of the ball quickly and help Wentz out. It was just him set up for disaster, and thank God they finally took him out of the game. Just probably 4 drives too late.
I know. I didn't even know who their backup. Well, it's the backup to the backup, but I didn't even know who that guy was. But I was like, you should have been in a quarter earlier. All right. Bengals Jets -6.5. All of a sudden, fellas, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are live again. We got Joe Flacco. I feel a little weird about this, but the Jets, I mean, nobody touched this game for our staff. Rob, any thoughts here?
Yeah, I think Bengals are the play. Jets are playing some of the worst football I've ever seen in my entire life. Justin Fields looks every bit of an Ohio State quarterback out there. And, you know, I'd like to send up like a personal fuck you to the Browns for sending Joe Flacco over and beating the Steelers last week. So Bengals are probably the side here.
Yeah, I'll try to mask my Penn State hoodie that I'm wearing right now, but I totally agree with you there that it's just been a rough start there for the entire Jets organization, just top to bottom. This line moved from 2.5 to 6.5 though after that Bengals win against the Steelers. So I thought that was some large movement. Would have much rather taken this one. If it were 2.5, I think we'd all be jumping over this one. But yeah, with the Jets uncertainty at quarterback, maybe we get some Tyrod Taylor. He was also banged up. We don't really know that status as of Friday morning. But it's just a team to completely avoid. Bengals look like they've got new life under Joe Burrow. Joe Flacco, who's doing his best Joe Burrow impression there with some good passing.
Dude, I was messaging somebody during that game last week. I'm like, how hard is it? You just throw the ball to Jamar Chase as many times as humanly possible. This is the formula, guys. Like, why were they not doing that last night with Justin? Just throw the football to the best player on the field.
Listen, we got Joe Flacco in press conferences talking about eating alone at bars. And this dude can walk in and complete passes to Jamar Chase. So I don't know, Rob. I'm with you though. 49ers Texans, we have a large consensus on 49ers +1.5. Rob, you're a 3 here. Jeff's a 3. Tyler's a 3. I'm a 5. Armando's a 5. Rich is a 3. Phil is a 4. The 49ers obliterated the Jags, of which I think I will not place another bet on this entire season. They got me up at 6 a.m. last week and shit all over it. Rob, what are we doing with this game?
I mean, look, this is similar to a Jamar Chase scenario where it's just like, go ahead and let McCaffrey run the football. That's what they did last week. That's probably what they'll do this week. And Texans, another Ohio State quarterback at the helm, do not look very freaking good. So getting the 1.5 here is like whatever. I just like the Niners to win the game.
Yeah, it's a fantastic teaser spot too. I like the Niners quite a bit. We just saw one of CMC's best rushing games in quite a while. A lot of success running outside the tackles. Curious to see if they are able to do that here against the edge setters the Texans have. But this Houston offensive line is really just the reason why you just fade Houston the rest of the season. They cannot block for CJ Stroud. They are down probably their top 2 pass catchers in terms of their receivers. The run game isn't able to go anywhere because of the offensive line. I think Niners are the wrong team is favored here. I'm happy to get this at +1.5.
Bears Ravens, fellas. I just saw Jeff is a 4 on the Ravens, so I'm gonna back off my Bears take. Phil is a 1 here on the Ravens. Is Lamar confirmed back?
Last time I saw, yeah, he practiced with the 3s on the Wednesday injury report. Like, didn't really show much. Let me see what he did on Thursday. Limited practice again. I'm anticipating him playing.
Okay. All right. If he's playing, I'm down. I'm down to go Ravens here. But I will say, I got to give credit to this Bears running game. I know Caleb hasn't been great, but they've been all right. Jeff's a 4 here on the Ravens. Phil's a 1. Nobody else touched this game. Rob, any thoughts here?
I mean, Jeff's going to fade the Bears every chance he gets. I think Phil's from Baltimore. But I was totally unclear on what Lamar's doing. If Lamar's in, like less than a touchdown at home, it's a great spot. No problems.
Tyler.
Yeah, this has a snowball effect too. If they are up with a lead, we could see a Derrick Henry return to greatness kind of game where the snowball just keeps getting larger and larger as he gets more and more carries. This Bears team allowing some of the worst stats in terms of run defense. So I think it's a good spot for the Ravens should Lamar be active.
All right. Yeah, the ghost of Cooper Rush not really pulling it off this year. So or who was in there last? Was it Huntley? Huntley and
Snoop.
Rush?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, Falcons, Dolphins. Rob's a 2 here on the Falcons. Tyler's a 4 here. I am a 3 here. Armando is a 1 here, and Phil is a 2 here. All on the Falcons. This is all about Mike McDaniel and his capri pants and Tua. Rob,
I said it last week. You cannot get your ass kicked week in and week out in those pants.
you got to wear the khakis at a certain point.
It. You've got to switch it up and go full Jim Harbaugh.
You have to, yeah.
So, anyways, I've been on the Falcons a little bit here the last few weeks. I think they're pretty good, actually. I don't love the hook, but I think the Dolphins are playing just absolutely awful football.
Perfectly stated. The Dolphins are playing terribly. I think after the Browns matchup, I'm floored we didn't see any firings or quarterback changes. If that happens again, which I do think it does happen, I think Falcons win by double digits here. I think we're looking at some changes in terms of either the organization going on to a new coach or a new quarterback.
I don't know how you haven't fired McDaniels yet.
Crazy. All right. Bills -7 against this Panthers team. Bryce Young off to the side. A miraculous 4-3. This is like a team hitting their absolute ceiling. 4-3 for the Panthers here. Rob's a 4 here on the Bills. Jeff's a 2. Armando's a 3. Rich is a 5. And Phil is a 3. 17 points for this Bills -7 on the road. Panthers better at home, but I mean, no Bryce. There's just really hard to see Andy Dalton winning a game in 2025.
Listen, preseason, this game was probably slated to be like 14.5.
Yeah.
the Bills have been a little bit of a disappointment, and I don't know why. And the Panthers have obviously surprised to the upside. But, the way I look at this game is the Panthers are freaking terrible and the Bills are really good. And the Bills have not played fantastic. I got it. But -7 feels like a good spot to me. And so I'm going to roll with it, Tyler.
I was just lukewarm on it. The Panthers, the way they win is through the run game. The run game is playing really, really well, and Buffalo is very, very poor against defending the run. So if they can keep this pace slowed down, maybe this game and that ends up being a one-score matchup. We also have like the Dalton factor where he's kind of similar to Joe Flacco in the Flacco to Chase thing where he understood the assignment. Last year we saw Dalton throwing to Deontay Johnson where he was averaging like 9 or so targets per game those first 4 or 5 games before Deontay did whatever the hell he did. But I think we could see something similar where we see Ted McMillan being that like 9 to 10 target option for Dalton here. I'm very curious to see how this game goes in terms of the final inactives for Buffalo, who comes out of their bye week. They've got so many pieces on that defense banged up. I'm curious to see what we get here in terms of final injury report. But this could be one where I swing over and join you guys on Buffalo, depending on if they get a bunch of defensive players back.
Giants, Eagles. I don't want to say revenge game, but you have to imagine the Eagles are pretty fired up. Rich is a 4 on the Giants, plus 7.5 on the road. This Giants team is alive to win every week at this point. I mean, they should have. Rob, what was the percentage to win in that fourth quarter?
Oh God! I mean, it's just an epic. What an epic melt! Like I couldn't believe what I was watching. Look, this Giants team is a great story, but the Eagles are a great football team. I don't know why they're not playing better. I'm sure Tyler could shed some light on this for me, but like. I don't know. They're another team that's sort of fair. Like, yeah, throwing the ball to AJ Brown's a good thing. We should probably do that.
Yeah.
We should probably get Devonta the ball often and let him have 300 yards or whatever he had last week. I actually think Eagles cover.
I'm to answer that question. I think they're a team that's without an identity. They clearly want to try to run and mimic what happened last year, but Kevin Patullo is just calling terrible plays. The offensive line is struggling. Saquon Barkley is subsequently struggling. But even when Barkley has had light boxes,
Tyler?
I was going to say, even when he's had light boxes, like 5 or 6 defenders, he's not doing well. Like his yards per carry is still egregious. So I think it's really a combination of the line and Barkley coming off 400 or some carries if we include the postseason last year.
Yeah.
But this is a spot where the Giants secondary is down Paulson Adebo. They're down Javon Holland. They play a lot of man coverage, a lot of single high. It's perfect for AJ Brown, who's banged up, who hasn't been practicing this week. Let's make sure that's clear. But him and Devonta Smith, like great spots on paper. Like we saw Hurts overthrow Devonta Smith on what would have been like an 80-yard touchdown in this previous game against the Giants, who they just played 2 weeks ago. And then they were also without Jalen Carter. He is a legitimate run changer in terms of what they've allowed. Look at the Javonte Williams game. Look at the Cam Scatterbu game. Every other matchup, they've been solid against the run. So I think this is a matchup where we see them. I don't know. 7.5 is no man's land for me. Where that's why I stayed away from the play. But I think this is a game where maybe the Giants' hype kind of gets a little lessened after a tougher matchup here against the Eagles. But it really depends on who's healthy for Philadelphia. This is a tough week, man. So many injuries this week.
Yeah. There was an amazing tweet about Scatterbu that said, "What do you think he thinks about when he's alone in a room by himself?"
Not much. Not much.
Did you guys ever see the Lego movie? I'm thinking the song "Everything Is Awesome." Like that's just playing on his head.
That's just on loop. Yeah. And then he eats some drywall.
Oh man, over under drywall eating. He's definitely an over. I mean, he's awesome. I love that guy, but
love it.
He's the football guy. Like that's what we look for. All right, Browns Pats -7. Drake May is an absolute animal, but this Browns D, I guess they're more of a home team. They have confused me every week. I haven't gotten the Browns right once this year, and they took out one of my survivor squads. But they looked all right last week, right?
Yeah, let me tell you, I don't
Miami, but
I actually like Jeff's play here. I mean, it's a one confidence. He's the only guy on it. Tyler's on the other end of this, so I'm interested to hear. But the Browns, I like the spot, like getting 7. I will acknowledge that the Patriots have played really, really well as well. And so I don't know. I could get behind the +7 though, Tyler, but you're on the other side here.
I really like this Patriots team. They have been firing on all cylinders. Granted, it's been against a very soft schedule to open the year. I'm just not sold the Browns are a massive step up. They are not getting home with a lot of pressure this season. They have a great front seven in terms of stopping the run. But the Patriots, prior to last week, they were 32nd in EPA per rush. This was a team that was not doing well. So I don't care if Ramondre Stevenson ran for 80 yards against the Titans. Throw that out the window. This is a team that can't run the ball well. So they're going to have to put the ball on the arm of Drake May, who is number 1 in the league in EPA per play, against the Browns defense that plays a lot of man coverage. They've got plenty of weapons there that can win. Stephon Diggs and Drake May both have fantastic splits against man coverage. We saw Tyson Campbell, the guy they brought over from Jacksonville, absolutely torched 2 weeks ago. Bounced back a little bit against Miami, but it was Miami, so I'm kind of throwing that one out. I still think Tyson Campbell's a punching bag, and I think Diggs takes his lunch this week. But I just really like this Patriots team who's won 3 times on the road in a row, covering the spread each time. Now they come home to play the Browns against a Cleveland team that faces a Patriots run defense that is number 2 in yards per carry allowed to opposing running backs and number 2 in fewest rushing yards per game. They haven't given up like 60 rushing yards to a lead rusher all season long. And they want to lean on Judkins. They are top 6 in rush rate over expectation, but they're just not going to be able to. This is a Dylan Gabriel drop back 50 times kind of matchup. And against the Patriots defense, who is going to force them to become one-dimensional, I don't think 50 dropbacks are great for a Gabriel. So I'm going to take the Patriots here. But 7 is kind of in no man's land. I don't have a ton of confidence on it. I put 2. But again, I think this is a tough week for against the spread plays.
That'll be a fun one. I hope Ramondre fumbles 7 times. I'm so sick of him. All right. Bucks -3.5. As we would be with Chauncey Billups and his X-ray glasses, we are all in, Rob. You're a 5, Jeff's a 5, Tyler's a 5, Armando's a 4, and Phil is a 5, all on the Bucks. I'm in. Yeah, I'm in on this.
I love Baker. I loved everything the Bucks were doing. But this is more for me is I mean, laying less than a touchdown against this Saints team. I didn't see. Is Mike Evans okay?
No, he's out for the year.
He's done. Yeah.
Collarbone. Yeah.
Collarbone. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that hurts a little bit, but like, I think we're okay. I think we're okay here, fading the Saints.
Yeah, I don't have much to add there. I think the Saints are just a team that's circling the drain. They're just looking for the NFL draft now. So grabbing them under a touchdown feels good to me.
Shout out Spencer Rattler, just getting a full year of just no winning, but still starting. That's a win.
He understands the mission.
Yeah, he knows exactly what to do. Be all right, just not too good. Colts -14. Rich is a 1 for this Titans team to cover +14. They were a little live last week with the new coach calling plays. They simplified it for Cam Ward. I can't do the Titans this year, Rob. I just can't do it. But I get it. It's 14.
14's a lot of damn points. I think I wanted Cincinnati +14.5 a few weeks ago. That half point is huge though on a 14-point spread. Like if you that's 3 scores compared to 2. I think the Colts can actually cover this number. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know why we would think that the Titans could cover really any number at this point. And so I would lay the 14.
I'm close to it too. I mean, the Titans haven't even scored 14 points in 4 of their 7 games. This is a team that does nothing offensively.
And I haven't checked Jonathan Taylor's props, but I imagine they are big.
The only issue is he's not going to play the fourth quarter.
He might second half. This might be Ohio State versus Akron, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Broncos, Cowboys. Armando's a 2 here on the Broncos. Nobody else touched this game. Tyler, any thoughts on Bo Nix and what he does in the first 3 quarters of these games?
He is not playing like he did last year. He is among the league's most mid quarterbacks, as the kids say. Very, very poor performance relative to what he did last year, where I thought he was legitimately right behind Daniels and Offensive Rookie of the Year candidacy. Let me throw Brock Bowers in there too. But this is a good matchup where I think it's a tough one to pick a side. The game total is 50.5, highest of the week. Usually in these types of games, it's tough to pick a side because you never know who's going to get the possession last. So I would just stay away from this one. But the good thing about the Cowboys defense is they are terrible and the offense is fast paced and pass heavy. That just makes for good fantasy rich environments. But for sports betting, it's just so up in the air. The Broncos defense is fantastic. The Cowboys passing attack with Dak healthy. I mean, CeeDee Lamb healthy. This is a strength for strength kind of matchup. So I don't know how. I'd love to hear Mondo's take on the Broncos. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I hate that Pickens actually looks like what I thought he would look like under Dak, which is frustrating as a Steelers fan. But yeah, Tyler, I mean, this is last drive kind of game written all over it. In which case you would generally take the points, but when you even firing 3 points into a total this high, doesn't really matter. So I would be off of this game, but what a fun one.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game. Cowboys, I got to say, Jerry Jones, entertaining squad. Well done. All right. Packers, Steelers in kind of a intense game. Rodgers, Packers. Rob, you're a 1 here on the Steelers. Tyler is a 1. I am a 2. Rich is a 2. Sneaking into play territory, Rob. Where are you at with this team? Because I do feel like they're a good team. This is a tough game.
I'm very frustrated with the Steelers as a team. I will say this offense is better than I anticipated the offense being. The obvious surprise is the defense is just not very good right now. And I think TJ Watt is not playing his best football. And so in our secondary has been, I don't know. I mean, Joey Porter he's got a penalty on just about every play that comes to him. And so it's just been frustrating to watch. However, I do like getting the points in Pittsburgh. I won't be on the narrative street of Rodgers beating Green Bay, but it's there. And so I like the points at home here for Pittsburgh. And the question mark is really just around defensively. We just need to pressure Love.
Yeah, I like the matchup. Should be a fun one for Sunday Night Football. Rodgers against this Packers defense is really interesting to me. The Packers are a very zone-heavy defense, playing at a top 10 rate. Rodgers, great against zone, 27% increase in his completion rate, 78% increase in his yards per attempt. And we know Rodgers right now, at his age, he does not want to get hit. He wants to get rid of the ball quickly. And I'm getting some deja vu of this Packers-Cowboys matchup where Micah Parsons was doing his homecoming back in Dallas in that matchup. And what did Dak do? He got rid of the ball very quickly. Their whole purpose was to not get sacked by Micah on national television. I'm pretty sure Jerry went down to Dak and said that verbatim to him. I think we're going to see a lot of similarities there where Rodgers' third fastest time to throw right now is going to get rid of the ball quickly. Those guys, namely the 4 tight ends that they're rolling out there every week. But yeah, I think it's just going to be a good spot for the Steelers team to stay in it. And I like them grabbing the +3 here.
Is Washington the biggest freak you've ever seen in the NFL?
Good.
He looks like a defensive tackle running down the sideline. It's insane. It's so fun to watch.
Rob, this is like their coaching staff's dream, having those 3 tight ends just every play. it's kind of awesome. Not
It
good
is.
for fantasy, but it is kind of awesome.
Like, who needs wide receivers?
You gotta
Bring in the beef.
he's got to be 300 pounds, right? He's huge. All right. And the Packers, I swear, every game they're down in the final drive, and Jordan Love makes a touchdown drive to win the game. I feel like I've seen that 4 times this year. All right. Chiefs, Commanders. Nobody touched this game. I'd probably be on the Chiefs side with no Jaden Daniels. I don't know that we touched this one. Guys, is Jaden doing the RG3 thing again? I'm really bummed about this right now, but this is like the same exact thing. And Rob, where are we at, man?
I generally would fade Chiefs as a massive favorite. As a rule for the last few years, I've definitely done that. And so the unfortunate part is I can't do that here because I think the Commanders are really just on a slide. And I thought after last year, like a lot of people, Daniels was absolutely like the second coming. And now he just, I don't know, looks super average. And basically all I see is Tom Brady talking to his mom on the sidelines. So like, I don't know. I'm off it.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was at 9.5 too. Like at the beginning of the week, it moved once we got the Daniels news, which makes sense. But 12.5 is no man's land. You brought up a great point, Rob. Where last year the Chiefs were terrible at covering these double-digit spreads. This year, though, I mean, Mahomes is playing some of his best ball, and then he just got back Rushy Rice last week. I want to lean 12.5, but this is just stay away for me.
All right. That's pretty much it for that, guys. Survivor. Bills probably don't have them, right? Falcons.
Yeah, I was just thinking Falcons are your play. If you happen to be holding 49ers, I would definitely take the 49ers against the Texans personally. Although super wild strategy to take the dog in that one, but I don't care. I would take it. And I have no money at stake, so you do. I mean,
yeah.
Whatever.
If you're really frisky, Bengals at home, is that something we could do?
Sure.
If you've got multiple entries.
Yeah, you're not sweating. Nobody's sweating Aaron Glenn at this point, right? All right. So our plays: 49ers, Falcons, Pats, Bills.
Yep. Yeah, I got ATL, SFN, Buff, Tampa Bay, and who's our fifth?
TBD.
Maybe Pittsburgh.
Steelers. I'll just ram home the Steelers. That's what
There
we'll
you
do.
go. All right, guys. Anything else before we rock out of here?
Nope. Catch Tyler later.
All right. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.